Morning, my dear students. My name is TITLI Sarkar. I am a B.Ed trainee from B.Ed College, session 20 to 22. So, yesterday I have dealt with the important chapter that was fundamental rights and fundamental duties. So, today I am going to deal with a very important chapter, that is United Nations Organization. So, that is in short we know that UNO. So, I am going to deal with the various points that will be, first I will discuss about the background and origin of the UNO. Second point is that aims and objectives and principles of the UNO. Third point that I am going to discuss, that is composition and structure of the UNO. And fourth is the achievement and failure of the UNO. So the first point that I am going to discuss, that is the background and origin of the UNO. After the conclusion of the First World War, which was formed in 1919 with the expectation of ending war from the face of the world. But the League of Nations failed to check in the Second World War. The Second World War led to an establishment of a new world organization, that was the United Nations Organization, UNO, in 1945. In the Atlantic Charter, the British Prime Minister Churchill and the American President felt that there must be in every country where the country should live in a peace, prosperity, and freedom. The process of the UNO started with several conferences. Lastly, in the San Francisco conferences, it was formed the UNO in 1945. The UNO started its journey with 50 members. The second point that I am going to discuss, that is aims and objectives and principle of the UNO. The aims and objectives of the UNO, the United Nations is determined to save the world from the terror of war. For this, UNO has set up some aims and objectives in the UNO Charter. First is to maintain international peace and security in the world. The primary goal of the United Nations is to maintain and promote international peace and security. For this, the UNO will combat any throwing or over security. The UNO will act collectively. Second is to promote international economic and social cooperation. Next to the peace maintenance, the second goal is to establish and promote international economic and social cooperation. For this task of implementation, this goal has been set up to assigned by the Economic and Social Council. The other functions of the UNO with the General Assembly and the other specialized agencies. Third point is promoting respect for the human rights. Another main goal for the UNO is to promote respect for the human right for the all people and to promote respect for freedom. The promoting in the UNO Article 1 of the state that UNO will strengthen and encourage the human right for the all people without discrimination in the grounds of religion, caste, sex, language, or religion. Fifth, other goals of the UNO. So I will state some another aims and objectives of the UNO. First, UNO will develop a friendly relation among the nations. Second, the UNO will make appropriate measures to strengthen universal peace. Third, the UNO will make objectives to encourage the other nations together and to live in a good neighbors. The point third that I am going to discuss, that is the composition and structure of the United Nations. The charter is having a preamble and 111 articles in the UNO Charter. So first that I am going to discuss, that is the principal organs of the UNO. The UNO Charter is in the 7th article of the UNO Charter is having 6 principal organs. That is, first one is the General Assembly. The second is the Security Council. The third one is the Economic and Social Council. Fourth one is Trusteeship Council. Fifth one is International Court of Justice. And the sixth one is the Secretariat. So, the first is the General Assembly. All the members of the United Nations are the members of the General Assembly. Every state sent one representative to the General Assembly but should not exceed the number of 5. The General Assembly elects a president and 13 vice president every year. Second point is the Security Council. The Security Council is the effective and most powerful organ of the United Nations. The Security Council is having 5 permanent and 10 non-permanent members in the UNO for the tenure of 2 years. The 2 functions of the Security Council is executive and diplomatic. The third point is the Economic and Social Council. The Economic and Social Council is formed in the organ of the UNO. It is formed for the economic and social educational standards. There are 54 members which are elected by the General Assembly. Fourth point is our Trusteeship Council. The Trusteeship Council was formed to help the people to earn their independence from the colonial rule. The fifth point is International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice is the judicial organ of the United Nations. It is composed of 15 judges for the 9 years by the General Assembly. The last point is the Secretariat. The Secretariat General at the apex there is also a Secretariat in the UNO. The Secretariat follows various functions. The Secretariat is considered to be the administrative head and spokesman of the United Nations. Next point that I am going to discuss that is the subsidiary organs of the UNO. The first partner is the International Labour Organization, that is known as ILO. Second is the World Health Organization, that is known as WHO. Third is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, that is IBRD. Fourth is International Monetary Fund, IMF. Fifth one is United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO. Sixth is Food and Agricultural Organization, that is known as FAO. So the seventh number is United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, that is UNICEF. Eighth point is the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO. Ninth is Universal Postal Union, UPA. So the 10th is the International Finance Corporation, IFC. 11th is International Telecommunication Union, ITU. 12th number is International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA. So the last point that I am going to discuss, that is the achievements and failure of the UNO. How far we can say the UNO is a successful achievement for which it was made? It is a debatable question. So UNO could not settle some dispute, conflicts and war in the different parts of the countries. The UNO could not settle some disputes like in Congo, Korea, in Vietnam. The UNO could not settle the disputes between these countries. But in the many parts, the UNO has made its settlements in the armaments, human rights and social and economic sphere. We cannot deny it. So we can say the history of UNO is the mixture of failure and success in the world. So student, I have discussed various points regarding the UNO. I have discussed about the origin and background of the UNO, I have discussed about the aims and objectives of the UNO and structure, composition, functions of the UNO, and lastly I have discussed the achievements and failures of the UNO. So student, I hope you all have understood this chapter, and thank you for my class.